Joining us today, former Baltimore Ravens wide receiver, two-time Super Bowl champion, Virginia's finest, but Baltimore claims him as their own, Mr. Torrey Smith. Torrey, welcome.
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
We're doing great. We're doing great. Appreciate you coming on. Just like me just said, you retired before last season. You've been living the retired life. I know it can be a little difficult for some guys, creating that schedule and just trying to occupy your time the right way. But now we're into quarantine life, and everybody feels the struggle that we've been going through. How have you, the wife, the kids, all adjusted to being in the house all day, every day?
Yeah, that's a big adjustment, man. You learn a lot about yourself during times like this. Like, I learned that literally in the first day. It didn't even take long. I'm not built to be like a home routine. I don't have the patience for it. My wife is heaven sent in her skills to be able to teach them and patience. I'm good for is being a PE teacher and getting them on the video games about now. Keeping them busy all day has been a task, because it's like I tell people all the time, it's like summer, but you can't leave. Like
right.
You're in the yard. Thankfully we have a little bit of land out back, so we can do some things outside. But man, it's rough.
It is. It's definitely a little tough. The thing that's different about when you send them to school, man, they're there for like 7 hours. Or if it's summertime, you can maybe send them to a camp for a few hours a day. Just to, so me and the wife can or you and the wife can have some time to go get some things done that you need to go.
Wait. How happy are you that this didn't happen 4 or 5 months ago when you were in that hotel room?
Man, I can't even think. Would they even allowed us to stay in the hotel? I'd have been down in Florida with Bush Rod, man. Like, hey, man.
Hey, we got you.
Hey.
That's crazy, yeah, because me and Meehan, we were talking about it earlier, and I was like, man, that's a really good point. You definitely got to ask him that, because I remember, just talking with you, Torrey, you were ready to get up out of that thing as soon as you could, so I'm glad it all worked out how it did.
Yeah, but my building went bankrupt, so we were living in a hotel for a few months, and man, that thing justification for everything, man. I felt like me and my wife were beefing all the time. Like, she's in her space. I'm just like, man, we got to figure something out there. We're in the house now. It's all good.
Straight up. Next Thursday is the draft. You had a draft party. I mean, we talked about it last time we did an interview with you. That interview will be coming out soon, but everybody who follows Bush and me, stay tuned. But you told us that you had a draft party at the Firehouse. And this year we're going to have a virtual draft, and those draft parties that you had, that I had, well, mine, I didn't really want no big draft party because I didn't know if I was going to get drafted or not, but we ended up having a party anyway. Shout out to my parents. But what do you think about the virtual draft and the fact that kids won't be able to really celebrate with their loved ones, like you and I did?
Yeah, it's going to be weird, man, because, trust me, somebody's auntie going to be throwing down.
Straight up.
So it's going to be a celebration, but it's not going to be these massive settings or even an opportunity to go somewhere else afterwards. Like, that's one of the best things. You get your call. Like, man, you got picked. Like, we got to go have fun. We got to go somewhere. Well, you go out of the house. Like, y'all ain't going nowhere now. So it's going to be a little bit weird. And the crazy thing is, you don't even know if they get drafted, if they can even report to their teams. Like, I don't even think that's something that they can do right now. So the whole time of everything is weird, but we've both been blessed to have our names called and to experience that. There's nothing like it. And I wish they had the opportunity to walk across the stage, especially the first rounders. I didn't have that opportunity, but I know to have, the phone call, the emotions that went through me. I never knew I had the ability to cry happy tears.
Right.
And that experience is still going to be the same for sure.
Awesome.
All right, talking about things being weird right now, you're a receiver that played for a lot of different quarterbacks. There's a lot of new faces and a lot of new places this year. Tom Brady in Tampa, Nick Foles in Chicago. How important is it that they're missing on that timing right now, the repetitions, the OTAs? How important is that timing, and how do you think that's going to factor into the season?
For sure. Each day you lose hurts, especially in that quarterback and receiver relationship. But we're talking about some of the best to kind of do it right now, and they'll make it work. They're working on their timing, and they'll get it down. It reminds me, to be honest, if they have the opportunity to go to camp or if things aren't pushed back too far. I came in 2011. 2011, there was a lockout. I didn't have an. So we literally just showed up in camp, and for sure, you knew if you watched me, anybody who followed me in camp, those reviews, I ain't having all season. I was struggling. I couldn't get lined up right. I was nothing was going right for me till about 3.5 weeks in, because you get this playbook and you're fine. First couple of days, I'm good. And next thing you know, they install 8, 9, all of that.
Oh yeah.
Man, I don't know what was going on. I was struggling, and that's kind of what it's going to be. But there is a difference because they are having virtual lessons, I guess, with their coaches. So there is some type of coaching. So they will, in terms of assignment, still be a little behind. There's still a difference between being in the classroom and doing it on the field. But the timing for sure, the relationship that can be built is going to be delayed a little bit.
Wow. Just to kind of – no, go ahead, me.
Next thing I would say is, Trending Thoughts with Torrey Smith, one of the hottest podcasts out there right now. If you guys aren't following it, you need to check it out. Episode 2 with Chanel was awesome. It showed you a little bit of how you guys, the behind the scenes of the NFL player, but it showed you how you guys kind of got through your story and how you guys make it work. It was awesome. I love the part when she said you needed to move out a week later after in Carolina. We need to get out of here. You said it was about 4 weeks, but I'll let you live. It shows how you guys make that work. The third episode you just came out with, you talk about the 10 best teammates you've had, and you threw Alden Smith on there. I know that was kind of the controversy point. He has a new opportunity right now with Dallas. Talk about why he made your top 10 and also what you think he's going to do with this opportunity.
Man, he's one of the most gifted football players I've ever seen.
I can agree with that. I've had the opportunity to line up in front of him. I don't mean to cut you off, Torrey, but
hey, that's come on, man. Let it out. Get it out.
Hey, can I vent real quick?
Go ahead.
Bro, the dude, he had speed, strength, strong hands. Like, he was the total package. And, I remember playing him in the preseason one time, and I was like, this dude's a problem. And we ended up playing him again later that year. He was even better than, obviously in the preseason. So, yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just had to kind of throw my 2 cents in. But
I agree with that, though, and you know better than me. I didn't have to block him. I mean, I had to lost crack, but he just laughing the whole time. Like, dude was a beast, man. Like, we literally weren't getting anything done when he was in.
Wow.
Like, we got to the point where, like, he just started, when he would beat our tackle, he would just run by. Like, before he was stopping in front, like, letting you know, like, it's a practice between the Ravens and the 49ers, and we had already beat them in the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. At this point, so now you're there, and he just wants to let you know, like, if you're only throwing this pass because I'm letting you. He would literally stop right in front of Joe. And then it got to the point, Jim Harbaugh, was just like, man, go past. And he would still win. You see film, he run right past, tag Joe on the hip, and we could do nothing with him. Just strong, fast, physical. I mean, he could do everything on that field, man. And I hope he can bounce back. I think he has a chance. He's still relatively young, and he hasn't played in a couple of years, so hopefully he can get back in shape. And I think his bigger than that is just real life. I think he's in a better place, so hopefully everything works out.
Yeah, best of luck to Alden coming up this year. Like you were saying, I hope he takes this opportunity and does the right thing with it. I'm just glad he's just getting another chance. I want to kind of get into the Ravens this year. They made a couple nice moves in free agency. What are your thoughts on them this upcoming season with all the success they had last season?
I mean, the Ravens are the real deal, man. I see no reason why, this window isn't going to stay open for a while. Lamar, right. You have the MVP, you have a strong defense, and the running game still there. Obviously, you lose Marshall Yonder, and he's definitely a key and a future Hall of Fame player, you know, on the inside. But it's a lot easier to replace somebody the closer you get to that ball. And I see no reason why, you know, they aren't going to be contenders again. And honestly, even better, because Lamar is going to be even better. And it's going to be fun to watch him this year for sure.
Good. Well, I know Meehan said earlier that, you know, Baltimore claims you as their own, but you have inserted yourself in that community at such a great level. Your philanthropic efforts have been amazing. Unfortunately, was this the weekend this was the weekend for your celebrity basketball tournament, wasn't it?
Yeah, we'd have just been coming off it a week or two ago, man.
Yeah, a week or so ago. So I know that had to get canceled with everything that's going on, but how are you continuing to make an impact in Baltimore?
Man, just working on the future. You know, it's trying to help people right now immediately with food, because people literally don't have food in a lot of areas. But just trying to work on what we can do for the kids when school opens. Because you realize that there's going to be a huge delay. There's already a gap for most places and most students over the summer where you miss things. These kids are missing what's going to be the equivalent of like another semester of school, you know,
right.
between the. So I'm looking forward to coming in, being able to help mentor them and help close that gap that's going to be there, and try to help them, because there's a huge digital divide, you know, when it comes to education, especially in Baltimore and inner city areas. You know, I know friends who, you know, have students who are in private school and they're doing Zoom class, they're doing all of these things. Well, you can't do Zoom if you don't have access to the internet, or you don't have a computer, or these things at home. You know, there's a lot of things that we're trying to help fight there, try to do our part to make sure that, you know, these kids have what they need to be successful, because they have the potential. I just need to make sure we do our part to make sure they have the resources and the guidance to help them to reach their maximum potential.
That's awesome. Well, you know, I'm always here. I'm always a hand. If you need me to help out with do anything, I'm a phone call away. Me, you got anything else?
I just want to say I liked your Love and Basketball post you guys had. It was nice of Chanel to let you win, to stick with the script. Appreciate that. Keep doing stuff like that to make people smile, because everybody needs it out there right now, man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Appreciate y'all's support as always, and I love how y'all support each other so much. Y'all growing this podcast, and y'all stick together so much that y'all got together to have the second best basketball player of all time. Twins. Like,
the documentary comes on tomorrow. Watch the documentary, and that's going to sway your stuff.
I can't wait. I can't wait to watch the documentary. We need to do a recap after this. So to the normal person, he's gonna seem like the worst person in the world.
Oh, he already said
no,
it.
Like, yeah, that's how I knew it was bad. When he threw out his disclaimer, it was like, oh yeah, he was rough. He must have destroyed one of his teammates. How about this? Even though you consider him the GOAT, I consider him one of the GOATs. I think LeBron's the best. But
look, it's no argument. It is. You know.
Would you like to play? All right, let's say he is the GOAT. Would you want to play with him on your team?
MJ? Yeah, because to me, he's going to test you, but he's going to bring the best out of you, though. You feel me? Like that's what he's trying to do. Kobe was the same way. Rest in peace.
He's gonna make you better. But I've heard two stories. One was Scott Covington, the 7'1" center. He was saying, you can only grab 3 rebounds, 7'1". What do we need you for? And then John Paxson, where he punched him in the face and had to call him and apologize and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm repping him. I still think he's the best. But
listen, I've spent way too much money on shoes to say anybody else is the best.
But do you want to play with them? That's a different question. You can like someone I know there's plenty of guys out here who are extremely talented, right?
Yeah.
Plenty of diva receivers who I love to death, but I would not want to play with them.
I feel you. But you play with MJ, you got a chance at winning the finals, though. Like, you either gotta suck up everything he gonna say to you, or you just gotta try to fall in line.
Is that a way to live? Look, people don't have to do that with LeBron.
Let's give him a chance. Let's watch Sunday night. We'll come back Monday with a recap.
All right, hey, hold on. I got 2 more questions, Torrey, before you go. Come on here, sweetheart. Oh, here we go. Child number 1, Jayla. Say hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Good.
All right, what's your question for Torrey?
Who is your favorite gymnast?
Ooh. My favorite gymnast is Dominique Dawes.
Dominique Dawes. I remember Dominique Dawes.
She went to the best school in Maryland.
The second best school in Maryland. Towson's number 1. Say Towson number 1.
Class number
Me,
1.
you.
And who's your favorite?
Simone Biles.
Simone Biles. Awesome.
Did you see her handstand she did the other day?
What's that?
She did a handstand and took her pants off.
You saw that, right?
Oh, you did? You saw that?
Mm-hmm.
That is unbelievable.
I don't even know if I don't even think I would even try to attempt a handstand. So kudos for that. All right, get on about it. All right, what's my next one? Oh, hey, we ready over here. What you talking about? We ready. You on it too.
Lebron thing.
What's up?
What's up?
All right, you got a question. What you say?
He forced you to put that jersey on?
No, he saw me with it. He was like, Dad, I'm going to go get my jersey. I said, go get your jersey, son. That's right. We're going to rep the best around here.
He said, put it on or you grounded.
Yeah, straight up. What's your question for Torrey?
Who is the best corner you played against?
Good question.
That's a great question, man. I've had the opportunity to play against Richard Sherman, Patrick Peterson, Darrell Rivas, and I'm gonna go with Darrell Rivas, man. He was tough. I actually had him beat for what would have been a touchdown on a double move, but Joe overshot me on that one. I'm still
damn it, Joe.
I just had my first start, and we played the Rams, and I had 3 touchdowns in my first start. And then the next week, I remember Rex Ryan all week, like, we're not concerned about that rookie. No one even knows who he is. He's like, if we were concerned about him, we just put Darrell on him. Well, we break the huddle. The first play, guess who's following me around?
Darrell Rivas. You know Darrell Rivas' nickname?
No.
Rivas Island.
Rivas Island.
Get out of here. You should have knew that.
Yeah, I had him. They actually ended up switching off me and putting Cromartie on. Cromartie would be a little bit better. But it was. I think he's the best. Sherman's a beast. Patrick Peterson, I think, doesn't get enough respect because he can shadow you all the way around the field as well.
For sure. For sure. Me, you got anything else?
I just want to say, Torrey, thanks for joining us today. Keep up what you're doing on social media because it keeps all of us active and keeps all of us smiling in the community because, everyone needs the help. And you have some workout stuff going on, too. You want to talk about that at all?
Yeah, man, just my wife, Chanel Smith _22 on Instagram. She always posts these workouts, and it'd be 3 times a week. So y'all come get it in on Zoom, man. Get the Zoom workout in and calories, and we got to recap this important thing, man. I'm putting this on the calendar. This has to happen.
Let's do it. Hey, well, we got 5-6 weeks of it, so whatever it is. I'm here.
Monday. We'll see you Monday.
We ain't doing nothing. Hey, Torrey, man, I appreciate you, man. Keep representing Virginia, man. And, we'll talk soon. Give me a holler if you need some help around there with the people of Baltimore. That place is that means a lot to me, too, as well. So, man, keep it up. Proud of you.
Appreciate it, man. See y'all.
All right,
Thanks,
bro.
Torrey.